Water encompasses such a large part of our world, approximately 71% of it. Not only that, but water is a necessity to both humans and the animals of this planet. The problem nowadays is the oceans are dying and our waters are being polluted to a point where marine life is disappearing at an incredible rate. Our world is shared with all the organisms within it, and while their lives are at stake, ours are too. We rely so much on the aquatic ecosystems, and if they face any danger, that same type of danger can correlate into our daily intake of food. I've been active in the reusable straw movement along with my friends, and I feel it's needed for people to take action in conserving the oceans and sea life, and anyone can participate. The human race has already done so much and will continue to be detrimental to the oceans, but it's not too late. People and companies should become more aware of their waste, taking actions to prevent unnecessary overuse of materials that can be harmful to wildlife, and also stop the use of disposable straws and other plastics. Pollution of the oceans with plastics is destroying every aspect of sea life, from reefs to large animals. Dead zones, which are areas of water with no life present, are large and plentiful. They deprive the wildlife of oxygen and drive the mobile marine life to other areas with better conditions, and those who stay will end up suffocating. According to National Geographic, there are more than 400 dead zones scattered around the planet. Additionally, plastics are scattered everywhere, and that leads to animals who mistake that plastic for food to consume them, often with fatal effects, and ending in the poisoning and deaths of these creatures. In some areas of the world, there are literally islands and clusters of floating plastic, blocking the sunlight and seeping dangerous chemicals into the water. National Geographic reports that there's a patch in the northern Pacific Ocean called the Pacific Trash Vortex, and is estimated to be the size of Texas. 268,000 square miles of plastic and waste clumped together. Marine scientist Sylvia Earle, the author of the book The World is Blue, How Our Fate and Oceans Are One, illustrates that the world is approaching on an irreversible crisis. She continues to say that modern overexploitation has driven many species to the verge of extinction, and since the mid-20th century, about half our coral reefs have died or have suffered sharp decline. The main problem is the overuse of disposable items made of plastic and waste. Litter found in coastal marine environments ranges from macro debris like plastic bags or drink containers to micro debris like little plastic pellets or pieces of the larger debris. So the longer the plastic stays floating in the water, the smaller it becomes and the more dangerous it becomes. Plastic, depending on the form, can take years to degrade. Plastic bags take 20 years, straws take 500 years, bottles take 450 years, and fishing lines take 600 years. Joanna Vince and Britta Denise Hardesty, writing for Restoration Ecology, state that an estimated 6 to 12 tons of plastic enter the oceans each year. And the spread of the plastics have even reached the most remote coasts of the world. Nearly 700 species of wildlife are said to interact with the debris, with ingestion and entanglement being the top two interactions. Emily Atkin from The New Republic explains that 90% of seabirds have been found to have plastics in their stomach. The 19 billion pounds of plastic dumped into the oceans each year is expected to double by 2025. The plastics not only damage reefs and animals, but can end up in our food in the form of microplastics. So with all the problems in our oceans, how can we help reverse the effects, or at least lessen the damage already done? The world is facing a huge challenge in the restoration of the waters, and the complexities encompass government actions from educating the public to widespread cleanup processes. However, every action taken from us starting now can make an impact. Movements to help spread awareness are abundant, and one organization I am personally invested in is The Last Plastic Straw. Their mission is to educate the public on the absurdity of single-use plastic and its effect on our health and environment, and they want to ultimately put an end to single-use plastic products. If you check out their website, they have links to so many more movements and organizations, as well as educational information. Here I have a reusable straw, and it's quite cheap to buy one and really handy in whatever drinks you want to use. It comes with a cleaner most of the time. Towards the end of high school, my friend group started partaking in this movement. And our group chat was called Save the Whales, as a ever-present reminder for me and my friends that what we do matters. And we all agreed to turn back straws every time we go out. According to the Washington Post, nearly 2,000 restaurants and organizations have either banned straws or are using a straws upon request policy. So next time you find yourself in a restaurant, just kindly ask the waiter to not bring the straw with your drink, and maybe that number can increase in the future. So as inhabitants of this earth, I feel it's ethical to take care of whatever it is we use and whatever it is we and other creatures need to live on. Oceans and other bodies of water are such an important part of our lives, as are the animals within them. To be able to protect what we have is an important matter, and we should make it a top priority to everyone. I ask that you consider purchasing a reusable straw and start saying no to disposable plastics. It's quite a simple thing to start, and a gratifying feeling knowing that you are making an impact. The ultimate goal is to find responsible, renewable strategies that safeguard the natural systems that sustain us. So please spread the word to your friends and family so we can start doing what we must to make a lasting impact that will resonate for hundreds of years to come.